What's going on, guys? Welcome to another YouTube video. This video is going to be about hatred. Think about this. Think about a time in your life where you've hated something or hated someone or just hated anything in general, right? When you hate something, what do you usually do? You separate yourself from it. If you hate a person, you try not to be around them, you try not to interact with them. If you hate a type of food, you usually don't eat it. If you hate a place, you don't go there, right? You stay away from the things that you hate and you move yourself out of that situation. So imagine hating yourself. Imagine hating yourself, hating your friends, hating your family, hating the life that you live currently, right? You'd probably do something to get away from that, right? Now, I hated myself and I hated my situation, and that is primarily the reason why I am where I am today, where I'm able to sit in front of a camera like this and talk to you guys with a backdrop like this and talk about all the things that I've done. I've made about $2 million at 20 years old. I've made multiple 6, if not 7 figures in payouts. I'm about to buy my first property. I've driven Lamborghinis and whatever. I've done a lot of cool stuff. But at the end of the day, it's all because I hated myself, and I hated the life that I was living, and I hated the situation that I was in every day. I hated waking up and feeling as if someone else had control over my life. I hated waking up every single day and feeling like I didn't have enough money to be able to do the things that I wanted. I didn't have enough freedom to be able to go and do things at any given time, any given place, whenever, wherever, because I was bound by money. I didn't have the ability to get around because I was, transporting in my mom's car, right? I was driving my mom's car. I was going to school. I was going to job, right? Working, making $12 an hour plus some commission. And I was pulling in anywhere from $1,800 to maybe like $2.5 grand a month from my job. I wasn't making very much money, but I hated it enough to where I did something to change. I would wake up every single day at 8 in the morning, or 7 in the morning, actually. 7 in the morning, I would go to school from 8 until 3 p.m. I would work from 4 p.m. until 10 p.m. And then I would go to bed, and I would usually get home around like 11, right? If I stayed later at work, get home at 11, go to bed anywhere from like, maybe 1 to 2 in the morning, right? And the time that I was spending between getting home and going to bed was on trading, watching videos, learning, trying to get myself out of that cycle of school, work, sleep, school, work, sleep. I hated it. I hated that. I hated the people that I was around because none of them had goals that I had. I had a couple friends that were maybe aligned with me, and I like to stay around those people. I still stay around them to this day. But I hated my life. I hated where I was. And that's what made me change, because I was living a 0 out of 10 life. The easiest way to be stuck somewhere forever is by living a 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 life. Because a 6 out of 10 and 7 out of 10 life is enough of a life to where it's like, okay, maybe I'm not super happy, I'm not ecstatic about where I am, but I'm complacent enough where I'm at to be able to continue to do the same things every day. Maybe I have a car that I like. I don't love it, but I like it enough. Maybe I have a fun routine. I have a girlfriend. I have friends that I hang out with every once in a while. Right? This is my routine. I'm kind of comfortable with it. I'm in the same spot every day. I like the people I work with, whatever. And that's perfectly fine. You can enjoy those things. You can live a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 lifestyle. But I would rather live a 0 out of 10 lifestyle than live a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 lifestyle, because I know that in that 6 out of 10 lifestyle, I'm going to stay there forever and I'm never going to progress. But in the 0 out of 10, I may hate it for a period, but I'm going to get out of it and I'm going to live that 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 lifestyle. Right? Now, we can never be perfect in that lifestyle. It's never going to truly be 10 out of 10, but we can always strive for it. We can always strive to get better, strive to make more, strive to do more, strive to be more fit, strive to be around people who are more successful. But it starts with hatred, hating the people you're around, hating the coworkers you have or the family members that you associate yourself with that don't believe in you or don't think that you can do it, right? Hating that environment and doing so much as to work to be able to get out of that environment, right? That's what I did. I got out of my environment. I got out of those, groups of people at my school who doubted me, who made fun of me, who posted screenshots of me on their stories, shitting on me, saying I was stupid, saying I was weird, right? Corny. That's all the shit that I used to get back in the day, right? When I had basically no friends, never got invited to anything, never went to a party until I was 18 years old, right? Which obviously, from middle school, people were having parties since they were 13, 14 years old. I didn't get invited to anything until I was 18 years old. Right? I mean, that's just obviously, maybe people just didn't like me or whatever, but that was the reality, because I was separating myself from those groups of people because I wanted something more for myself than just the same exact high school, college job. I hated that. I didn't want it. And so therefore, I did the things necessary to get out of that situation. And ask yourself today, do you do that? Do you do things to get yourself out of that situation? Are you living a 0 out of 10 life? Or are you living a 6 out of 10 or 7 out of 10 lifestyle? Right? Do you enjoy things just enough to where you don't necessarily love it, but you're just comfortable enough to stay in it for a little bit? Right? If every single day you had to wake up and work 12 hours a day, so maybe some of you are working 12 hours a day, and you hate it, but you don't hate it enough to make a change, then do you really truly hate it? Because if you hated something enough, you would make a change. If someone was in front of you slapping you in the face, right, and you hated it because it burned and it stung and you didn't like it, you'd probably move away, or you'd fucking push and be like, get the fuck out of my way, right? Like, why are you doing that? But you don't hate it enough, so you sit there and you just keep getting smacked in the face by the world, by your situation, by your environment, by the people around you, because you don't hate it enough. And I'm not here to say that I hate my life and my life is so terrible. I've been blessed by God beyond my belief. Even before I became successful with day trading, I was already blessed. But I hated my situation enough because I knew that that was not what was for me. I knew that I was destined for more. I was destined for a life that I loved living every single day, that I could give to the other people around me that I cared about. So ask yourself, after you're watching this video, do you hate your life enough? Do you hate your situation enough to make a change? Or are you just living the same exact day because you're comfortable enough living in those shoes? And if the answer is yes, then change that. Because if you truly want success, if you truly want to be able to make money, if you truly want to be the person that you dream of becoming, then you need to make a change. You need to separate yourself from where you are now to bring you closer to your end goal. Financial freedom, time freedom, drive any car you want, live anywhere you want, go on any trip you want, pay for your parents' meals, pay for your parents' house, do all these things. All these things you see on Instagram, you see online, they're not all fake. It's very easy to be like, oh, this shit's all fake. No, I pay my fucking parents' bills. Right? Not all of them, but I pay a decent amount. I support my friends and my family. I've given money to friends, given money to family. I'm able to do cool things. I'm able to go on trips whenever I want. I live in a very nice apartment. I was blessed enough to have 2 apartments at the same time. Blessed enough to have 2 Lamborghinis at 20 years old. Right? I've done those things. It's not like fake. There's no faking it. You can achieve it, and you will achieve it if you separate yourself from the people you're around right now. So get up, ask yourself, and take some time today to think, am I doing the things that are necessary to separate myself from the 6 out of 10 life that I'm living? Peace out, guys.